Sweeteners provide us a means of satisfying a desire for sweet taste without the consumption with sugar. And that's important because obviously we've got calorie reduction targets associated with those, and they maintain the palatability of these products. However, one of the big concerns is that people have believed that they might stimulate appetite and consumption. Now, the evidence from experimental studies and randomized controlled trials suggests no. There's no evidence that they stimulate appetite at all, and therefore it's likely that if you use them, you'll maintain or reduce your calorie intake with no stimulation of hunger. That said, we do need longer trials, but what we do know is consumers tend to use sweeteners to meet the conflicting goals of trying to be on a diet and that desire for pleasure while controlling their energy intake. Well, this has been an interesting question, and there's no evidence to suggest so. Indeed, actually, short-term exposure to sweetness tends to inhibit a desire for sweetness per se. Okay, so it tends to turn it down. And again, we can look at people who are regular sweetener consumers, and then when they're regular sweetener consumers, when they crave, they go to sweetened products specifically, not sweetened or sugar products. So they're using it as a coping strategy, say during chocolate craving. There's been a number of randomized controlled trials, and generally they show that the groups given or offered sweeteners versus the regular sugared products, and these tend to be beverages, tend to lose more weight. Okay, so there tends to be more weight loss, and we'd expect that because there's a calorie difference. These dietary changes, reduced intake of carbohydrates in the form of sugar, can lead to beneficial changes in glycemic control, body weight control, and cardio-metabolic control. But again, the problem is we're lacking the long-term studies, so we don't know the long-term pictures. These are relatively short-term trials. And the size of these benefits we still yet to quantify. Is it a big benefit or is it just marginal?